What's up, guys? Today, man, I'm not gonna lie, I'm mad as hell. I'm mad as hell. Because I really just recorded this whole video and my fucking iPad died. But we gonna get through it. Welcome back to another episode of Off My Lawn. Y'all already know if y'all don't like what I'm talking about, get the fuck out of here. But, today we're gonna be just talking about mental health, we're just gonna be talking about being honest with ourselves. We're gonna be talking about a lot of things, but let's get right into it. Man, I don't even know where I want to start now. I really just recorded this whole damn thing. So, basically, I guess I'll just talk about, give you guys a gist on what I just said first off, because you guys won't see it, but damn, it was juicy. But, quick gist of me, you feel me, just so you guys know a little bit about me, just a little bit of who I am, the type of person I am. Right now, I am currently 20. My birthday is in approximately 3 months. Less than 3 months now that I'm thinking about it. 2 months and like 30 days. So basically 3 months. But I grew up for the most part in Chicago. I moved to Chicago when I was about 10, I want to say. So I lived there for about, I was there for a little bit. I moved there when I was 7, actually. Because I was in about 2nd grade when I moved there. And I remember that. It was about that summer going into 2nd grade. And, let's see. I moved there. I first originally got there and I went with my grandma because my mom was in Las Vegas doing something, but I don't know. I moved there and I kind of just moved with some random people because at the time I didn't really know my grandma. I didn't really know none of my cousins. I didn't really know I didn't really know anybody, I had never really seen them. I never really knew, I just didn't know them at all. Imagine going to some complete strangers' houses and staying with them for the whole summer. That was pretty much what that was like. And honestly, I did not hate any of it. It was probably one of the best times of my life because at the same time of being around these random ass people, these people are my family, you feel me? So they showing love, of course. I'm at my grandma's house, love my grandma with my whole entire heart. Seeing my sisters more often. I'm, in the loop more, I guess. And, it's cool for a minute. And at the time, we actually did not have a crib, obviously, which is why I was staying at my grandma's house. So school starts kind of back and forth everywhere, but I'm going to school in the suburbs. So it's it's definitely, it's not easy. Let's just say that for the most part, it's not easy. And I don't know, I guess we just bounced around, finally found an apartment, and we moved up, but not at the rate I like to move up. I like to move, even with this place, so I'm 20, obviously I said that, or if I didn't say that, I can't remember. I'm 20, I have my first apartment, I'm trying to buy a house this year. That's what my goal is. And it's not even a house I'm gonna live in. I'm trying to buy a rental property. So, life just, man, even with this video, as I said, I just recorded a whole ass, 30-minute video of basically talking about everything I'm talking about right now. But I personally think it was more in depth and I had more patience with it because I hadn't just talked about it. But life said, you know what? Life has its own way of doing things, and more often than not, you really won't know what to do, I I didn't really know what to do when I feel like my life really started, I feel like my life didn't really start until after high school because You know, don't get me wrong, you feel me? You do all this shit in high school, but I guess I didn't really do none of that shit. Like, I didn't do what everybody else was doing at the time, I guess. I was kind of just doing my own thing with my friends, you feel me? Which was everybody. That's what everybody was doing. But I wish at the time somebody would have told me, like, hey, when you turn 18, shit's not only gonna change in the physical world, but shit is gonna change mentally. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit is gonna just be different. Like, I don't know. I feel like when I hit 18, first off, when I hit 18, I didn't know everything about myself. Let's just say that. About, I want to say 3-4 months after graduating high school, I left my, actually it was really 2 months because it was about the same time school was going to start. I was going to go to a little community college, work my way up to the big university and all that extra shit. But so obviously that didn't happen. I ended up leaving my mom's house, ended up staying with a friend that I knew for a couple of months, and one of his friends, which is one of my probably closest homies, he tells me, like, bro, he says, bro, you have depression, right? And I'm like, I never really thought about that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I never really thought about the whole just mental health situation, you know what I mean? Like, I guess I knew I had the ADHD or whatever the fuck the case was, but I never really thought about depression, or at least I tried not to. So he tells me that, and I guess, and at the time, he didn't even really know me all too well. You know what I'm saying? Like, he knew me, but he didn't know me. Like, I feel like it takes time to really get to know a person, but I guess it didn't for him, because within a couple of months of really being locked in, he tells me, like, hey man, you have depression, bro. Like, depression isn't just being sad, it's a bunch of other things. And obviously, having ADD and ADHD or whatever the fuck it's called, or whatever you want to call it, it kind of set that off, of course, because it's something new about myself, something new about myself. And to this day, I'm still trying to find my way around it. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody really wants to be depressed. Nobody wants to be anxious. Nobody wants to have those emotions, you know what I'm saying? But, I guess you can't run from it, because if you try to run from it, it's going to make it a lot worse. Sometimes I guess it's just better to accept what is, you feel me? Because I can't really do anything in the current moment about it, because I don't like taking antidepressants. I don't like taking Adderall or whatever the hell, you feel me? It changes my personality, and I don't like that. I don't like how a pill can, just alter your entire personality. Like, I had took, gosh, this is how you know I didn't even really take them for that long. But I took some type of ADHD pills when I was still in high school, and man, when I tell you, it fucked me up, man. Like, me and my OG, my mom, me and my OG would get into arguments all the time, and they're like, oh yeah, that's one of the side effects, like, they're like, once it wears off, you're gonna get super tired, super irritable. I'm just like, damn, like, this is the medicine y'all giving me? How the fuck is this supposed to help me? Like, so actually, I didn't tell my mom, but I started, like, selling those pills to my upstairs neighbor right before we went to school. Don't tell nobody, shh. But, yeah, so I started doing that, and then eventually I just told my mom, like, hey, yeah, I'm not taking those no more, so don't go get them, basically. And, it was cool for a minute. And that was with the ADHD. Now, bringing depression. I'm already outside of school. At the time, I wasn't really talking to my mom too much, but, I was still talking to her here and there. And I guess I wanted to know, where did depression start from? Like, where did I get my depression? And I didn't have to think too long, you know. I didn't have to think too hard either. Just the type of childhood I had, you feel me? I moved around a lot, you know. I'd say around the time I was 7, which is the time I went to Chicago. By 7 years old, I had already lived in 10 different states. So it was definitely a different lifestyle, you feel me? It was definitely a different lifestyle. And there's nothing wrong with that, you feel me? I had fun, I didn't have fun here and there. You know, it's life shit, but it's it was tough, man. It was tough. It still is tough to this day, because I sit in this chair in this crib that, you feel me, it's in my name. Got a nice roommate that I fuck with heavily. Like the guy the guys you see, but the guy you seen in the last video, that is my roommate. That's my boy. You feel me? That is my boy. Literally got that nigga till thick and thin, bro. But I move out here, and it's kind of not on my own will. Like I told you guys, I left my OG crib, didn't really go to college, wanted to go to culinary school, you feel me? Really wanted to go to culinary school. I wanted to be a chef for damn near all my life at the time. So I come down here, you know, my dad calls me, he's like, man, you're in a fucked up situation, just come down here. So I'm like, I bet. So I come down here, and COVID happens, and once again, life threw that nice little curveball, you know what I mean? So at the time, I kind of didn't know what the hell I wanted to do, you know what I mean? Like, shit, I ain't never lived in a pandemic. What the fuck is that? So to me, it's not a real big deal, but to everybody else, shit, obviously, the whole government, the whole world shut down, so it was a pretty big deal. It was definitely different, you know? I feel like my life is consisted of just being thrown curveballs, you feel me? Now, whether I knew it was a curveball at the time, or whether I was dealing with it as it was happening, life just has its way of doing things, you know what I mean? Like, you never really know what is gonna happen until it happens. You can have a guess, and a pretty estimated guess, you feel me? But you never really know what's gonna happen. Because when I tell you guys that I never imagined that I'd leave my mom's house at 18, never in my life. Like, don't get me wrong, I planned on leaving my mom's house, but you feel me? I wanted to go to community college and do all that shit, you know, take the safe route. But the more that I look at it, the safe route probably wasn't the best route for me, because I'm sorry for the yawning, guys. It is currently 1:21 in the morning, so kind of tired but not sleepy, but you know, it's definitely different. But yeah, so I leave, I come down here, that shit happens, and instantly my whole world is just fucked up. I'm kind of was fucked up about it. And one of the things that got me through it, actually, one of the things that got me through it was this right here. So this right here is my journal. This right here pretty much has everything that was on my mind from April 10th, 2020 till, let's see when it ends. It ends June 10th, 2021. So, yeah, I kind of, you know, I go through all those things, you know, and all that shit happens, still trying to kind of figure out what the hell to do with this whole depression shit. And I wouldn't say it's like crippling depression, but at the same time, I don't have that degree to tell you what crippling depression even is, because I honestly don't know. But there are definitely times where the fight that I'm fighting is just so hard, you know. Sometimes I feel like I'm fighting a damn seventh grader. Sometimes I feel like I'm fighting fucking Mike Tyson in his prime. Like, life gets tough, you know what I mean? Like, whether whether people see it or not, life gets tough, you know what I mean? And I feel like oftentimes people, like, you'll sit there and you'll tell somebody something and they'll be like, oh yeah, I, but that's not what you're, excuse me, that's not what you're necessarily supposed to do. Like, you're really supposed to just listen. Sometimes all people need is just somebody to listen, you know, and be honest with them. Like, when he told me, when we were sitting in the car, because we really just got done smoking, now, we're sitting in the car and he tells me, he's like, hey man, like, you have depression. And I'm like, wow, like, somebody who really doesn't know me all too well knows that I'm going through shit, you know what I mean? And honestly, I'm forever grateful that somebody was actually paying attention to my life more than I was, to be honest, because at the time, now, I'm going to tell you guys this, don't tell nobody. My mom does not know this yet. But at the time, I was popping pills, you feel me? I was doing a lot of drugs, you feel me? Damn near every day, you feel me? And it wasn't even like a thing where I was just like, man, I'm trying to, you feel me, escape from the world or whatever the fuck. I was really just trying to sleep, you know? I was really just trying to sleep. I couldn't really get any sleep. I was living in a friend that I'd known for like 7 months for real. Like, I was in a situation, you know, everything seemed so scrambled. Everything seemed so just unsure and uncertain. You know, keep finding jobs, losing jobs, and they're not even the best jobs. They're like Cracker Barrel, fucking Smash Burger, you know, restaurant jobs, little shit, entry jobs, you know. Um, and I'm like, man, maybe this job shit just isn't for me. You know what I mean? Like, maybe working for somebody else just isn't for me. And I feel like that was really the first time that I thought that, or I knew that I could own my own business. So I come down here to, you know, do the whole little chef shit because that at the time was definitely it was my passion. Man, I still kind of love cooking, but I don't know, something about cooking now is just, it's different, you know. It's not what I used to like it, you know. It's not what I used to like it to be. I feel like now it's more of a chore than a passion, you know. I don't have the passion to cook. But I knew I wanted to own a business because even as I was going through the whole culinary school process and, you know, trying to get to school to do that shit, I'm like, I'm gonna own my own restaurant, you know. Even I said that shit in high school, I said that shit for a minute, you know. So honestly, I said that shit in junior high, I said that shit in elementary. Like, I told motherfuckers cooking is what I'm gonna do. Here I am, 20 years old, cooking is not what I'm doing. You know, life, once again, threw curveball. And instead of trying to swing previously, what I used to do is just watch it go by. And I guess I can't necessarily blame myself for that because shit, I didn't know, you know. There's no guide to life. There's no, hey, this is the way you should do shit. This is the way you should, you feel me? I mean, there actually is. They're called parents. Maybe you guys should listen to them sometimes. But at the time, I definitely didn't think that my parents knew what was best for me. And you feel me? Your parents are going to tell you, like we said in the last video, if you guys watched that, thank you for watching. But like we said in the last video, parents are just going to tell you what's safe. You feel me? They're going to tell you what they think the easiest move is to keep you safe, you know? And I felt like it was tough for me because, you know, I wanted to take those risks and I constantly would shit. I remember playing football even in, I want to say elementary school. I get a call one day from my dad and he's like, hey man, like, have you ever thought about what you wanted to be if you weren't Um, he said, "Have you ever thought about what you wanted to be if you weren't playing football? Because you're short, you're athletic, but you're just really crazy short." At the time, I was 4'7", so yeah, he was right. Um, it's just you always go through things in life that you think this is a straight line. You think you're gonna follow this straight line all the way. But in this straight line, let me tell you, it goes like this, and it just goes all over the place, feel me? You never know which way it's gonna go. You kinda just gotta keep it one step at a time. It's which why people tell you one day at a time, because if you try to focus on too much down the line, it could consume you, you know what I mean? Like it'll definitely take hold of you, and it's like, damn, sometimes it does definitely take hold of me. Like, damn, I'm trying to do a lot of shit right now. You feel me? I'm starting this clothing brand. I'm starting these podcasts. You feel me? Writing shit. So it's a lot of shit that I'm trying to do that it just takes time. Like I feel like to make a good clothing brand, you have to really sit there and think about it. But now I'm at a point in time where it's like, all right, now I need some money so I can get some merch. You feel me? But it's coming. You know what I'm saying? Like the slow progression. The slow progression is a motherfucker, man. Like even when I moved to Oklahoma, I didn't really notice the slow progression. You know what I mean? Like I moved down here, my head was fucked up, and I tell the motherfuckers that it meant the most to me. Like, yo, I came down here because my head was fucked up, so just chill on me for a minute, bro. Now I had maybe, I want to say I had probably like, I want to say I had 4 friends at the time when I moved. No, yeah, about 4 friends at the time when I moved down here. So, and currently I'm sitting at about 2. So, half, you feel me, left, or half had to go. And I'm on the path to being a high value person, you know what I mean? Like, I really think that, oh, we can, oh, excuse me, guys. But I really think that all we can do is just do your best, try your best. That's how they say it all the time. But within trying your best, you have to know that you can always try better. You can always do it more, try harder, you feel me? It's definitely just, it's not easy, you feel me? And you can't expect life to be easy. Even for the people in college, you feel me? Like, you're in college, but you need to know once college ends, shit is gonna hit the fan. You're not gonna constantly be partying, or you shouldn't be constantly partying. Once again, my life, your life, 2 different lives, you feel me? You don't have to listen to my advice. I just am gonna tell you guys things that I know will benefit you. You know what I mean? Like, even in college, you guys should be, you know, you guys should be trying to educate yourself as much as possible, because in college you have a good chance. You have a lot of tools at your disposal, you feel me, that you should definitely be using. Like if you're at photography school, if you're at whatever school you're at, you know what I mean? Like whatever whatever you think you're gonna do, I think you should definitely put yourself in position to, you know, get ready to do it as fast as possible, because bro, for most of you, once you graduate college, you'll be about 20 something. You'll be about 20 something. And there's motherfuckers out here that's your age already, owning businesses, making money and shit. You feel me? So I don't think you guys should see it as you're behind or you're ahead. I think you should just see it as you're on the right path. I feel like more oftentimes than not, we always say, oh, I'm behind, or oh, I'm ahead. Good Lord. But I feel like we only say that because in our minds, we create where we should be. You feel me? We create what we think we should be doing at a certain time. Like they always asked you as a kid, what do you want to do when you grow up? And I think, honestly, I think that's one of the best and worst questions in the world, because as a kid, you really don't know what's out there all the way. You don't know everything that you can do. You only know what you see. Now, for most people, you don't see too much. Like, unless you're just blessed with having a good family that has money. Not to say that a bad family don't have money, but if you're blessed with a good family that you can keep your head straight with, and they have money to support what you want to do, you feel me? You definitely have to, I don't know, you have to realize that there's people out there bro, there's people out there that struggle every day. There's people out there that literally have to kill, steal, lie, and destroy just to put some food on the table. You know what I mean? Like, it's not easy, but shit, you gotta do what you gotta do at the end of the day. And you can't blame them, but at the same time, you have to understand, even if you are those people, you feel me? You can't do that shit forever, you feel me? Like, you have got to put some investment in yourself. Like, I, uh, I, uh, I had to really invest in myself because shit, I had this mental issue that I didn't really know about until I graduated high school. So for me, it was like, shit, do I even know who I am? And at the time, I definitely didn't. At the time, all I did was drugs, you feel me? I'm not going to necessarily go into that too much, but just know all I did was drugs. I didn't do too heavy of some shit, but I definitely dabbled here and there with some things. But it it took away some years of my life, and I felt it. You know what I mean? It was taking away years of my life. And if I would have kept on that path, I'm not going to say I wouldn't be here, but I wouldn't be in the situation that I'm in right now. So, one, you got to be thankful for what you got. Two, you got to know that better is coming. Three, you can't lose your drive and your determination and your will for success. Like, if you truly want to be one of those higher value people, you feel me, boy, girl, man, woman, whatever you want to call yourself, if you really want to be one of those, you just gotta, man, keep your head straight and know what you want and go after it. Like, there's no fucking tomorrow. Like, I don't want to ever be in a position where I'm fucking just working my whole life for somebody else. I cannot see myself working for anybody else at all, to be honest. I feel like I'm hoping that I may have to get maybe one more job, and after that, it will be my last job. But with all that being said, I think it's very important to be true to yourself. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people are putting on a fake facade for somebody else. And honestly, this is stupid, guys. Like, you guys have to stop. Everybody wants to act like they don't care, you know? Everybody wants to act like they don't care about shit. But in reality, if we don't care about shit, this world will not at all ever get better. Because it's the simple fact of we can change, you know? We definitely can change, but everybody's just like, man, I'm just one person, you know? What am I gonna do? Like, what am I gonna do compared to the 7 billion people in the world? But let me tell you like this. You're one person, but if that one person changes, and that has a chain reaction, and that basically it's just one person changes, the next person changes, everybody changes. You know what I mean? You know, it's hard to be true to yourself, okay? I understand that. I'm not saying it's easy, but like, nothing in life that is good is gonna be easy. And I've noticed that. And honestly, it does suck, okay? I definitely understand it's a lot easier to go to the club Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, even for some of you. But I definitely understand that it's easier to go to the club than to sit there and actually, focus on yourself. Me and my best friend, really call him my brother. Me and him yesterday was talking about how people have never been alone. I never really thought about that, to be honest. Like, thinking about a lot of people who grew up in the suburbs, just for example, like most of those people in Chicago, at least, they don't move, you feel me? They don't go to different schools, and if they do go to a different school, it's like the last year or the second year, junior year, you feel me? You'll decide to go to another school or whatever the case may be. But for the most part, they're around the same group of people doing the same things that they've always done. You know what I mean? Like, and it's tough, man. Life is just there's rules, but there's no rules, There's you have so much chaotic potential, the potential of just anything happening, good and bad. And honestly, as the youth, I can say that it's scary. Like, you see all these older people talking about, oh, you guys can do anything, you feel me? You live in the age of information, you feel me? You can, you can do this, you can do that. And you get out into the real world and it's just everything's hands off. They told you you can do anything, but they not going to help you for real. Like, you got to go out there and help yourself. Like, everybody wants to be rich, but nobody wants to work to get rich. You know what I mean? Like, and then I think we need to stop putting such emphasis on money. Like, money is a tool, you feel me? Yes, it cannot buy your full happiness, but it can make your life easier to be happy. Like, if I had money if I had the money I wanted right now, well, if only you guys knew, man. There's so much that I want to be able to do that I can't necessarily do. Like, yesterday was a person that I hold dear, like very close. It was their birthday. You feel me? You know who you are. Happy birthday. Shout out to you if you watch this. But it was their birthday yesterday, you feel me? And for every part of me wanted to be in Chicago. I was talking to my cousin. My cousin just lost one of his homies. Wanted to be in Chicago. Talked to my grandma, and my grandma missed me, man. I know she missed me because she didn't really see me a lot, but I wanted to go back to Chicago. Now, where I'm at is I cannot go back to Chicago. I have to make this money, but like at the same time of making this money, I have to realize who it's for. Yes, I would and will and am going to, put a couple of people on, you feel me? Give a couple of people just what they need, you know what I mean? But at the same time, it's for me, man. It's definitely for me, man. Because living the life I live right now, it's cool. But it's definitely not something I want to live forever. I'm grateful for everything I have. You feel me? I'm grateful for everything I have. Like, even down to the littlest things. Like, everything, bro. I'm thankful for this crib, this phone, this goddamn dry erase board, and markers, like everything. I'm literally grateful for everything I have in my life. Because I know there's people out there that don't have anything, bro. There's people out there that just can't even live their life, you feel me? So why would you be blessed to be out and about, and not doing just what makes you happy, Maybe you don't need a lot of money to be happy, but at the end of the day, that's really all that matters is happiness, you feel me? What are you doing to make yourself happy? How many trials and tribulations do you have to go through to make yourself happy? Sometimes the bigger the dream, the more trials. You feel me? Like, I really am a strong believer of that. You know what I mean? Like, me and most of my friends, we have shit we're gonna do. You feel me? We have shit we're getting done. Now, keep in mind, we're only 20, 21 and shit. But shit, not one day can be wasted because time stops for nobody. Like, you guys know that. I'm pretty sure you've heard it before, but time does stop for nobody. And if you waste time, time's gonna waste you. You feel me? Like, you'll wake up one day and you'll be 40, 50, 60, 70, whatever the fuck the case may be, and you'll be like, damn, where did it all go? Like, I don't think people realize how important it is to really just to get on your own shit. You feel me? If you get on your own shit right now, like, you get your life together right now while you're young, at least how I see it. When you're older, you don't want to have to fucking clock in to work and, sacrifice your time for money. You don't want to have to do that. So why not right now put yourself in position to succeed later on in life? Like, I don't know if I said it in the last video. I'm pretty sure I did, and actually in the first video. But my biggest thing has always been, I want to make my 8-year-old me proud, and I want to make my 80-year-old me proud. Like, I cannot let them down more than anybody, more than my mom, more than my pops, more than anybody. Like, I cannot let those two motherfuckers down because, man, if you look back to your 8-year-old self and you remember how much just joy and just everything was bliss, ignorance is bliss, as they say, but everything was just bliss, everything was just cool, you feel me? You wasn't really worried about shit. If you look back at that, you want to be able to say, shit, I definitely made him proud, you feel me? I'm still having fun, I'm still the kid that I always was, you feel me? But at the same time, you want to look down the line and be like, look, the 80-year-old me is somewhere chilling in fucking Cabo for the fucking weekend just because he felt like it, you know what I mean? Like, that's just me, now. Maybe I'm the only one who thinks like that, but shit, I definitely don't want to have to trade my time for fucking money because shit, time don't stop, so shit, but the money will, you know what I mean? Like, you can't be clocked in 24 hours a day. That's just not healthy. Now, it's different though, because I watched this video of Elon Musk and he's talking about just he works an unhealthy amount of time. And it's like, man, and then they asked him if he was happy. Now, I don't remember all the way what he said, but you could tell that he's going through his own things. Even the richest men in the world have their own problems. Like, fucking Bill Gates got divorced with his wife. You think that doesn't have an effect on him? You know what I mean? Like, just because they got money doesn't mean they're just going to be like, oh, shit, that means nothing, And this day and age, I think we're stuck on just toxicness, man. I'm going to make a video just talking about toxicness, man, because, man, like, I don't know if it's just our generation or all generations are doing this, but the amount of toxicity in the world is just absolutely astonishing. Like, the fact that people can get on social media and talk about somebody they've never met, like, come on, guys. We have got to do better, bro. As a human race, we will not survive another 40, 50 years if we do not get our shit together. And that starts off on the individual level and expands to the community and so on and so forth. But, like, until we realize that it starts with us, change starts with you. Until we realize that none of this shit matters. You feel me? All the cars and shit, everybody want to be flexing. All the chains, everybody want to be flexing. All the vacations, everybody want to be flexing. None of that shit's gonna matter. Like, it's not. Because eventually we're gonna get to a point where shit, especially with all this metaverse shit coming out, we're gonna get to a point where shit, the physical world isn't even gonna matter anymore. It's because motherfuckers is already accustomed to being on social media all day. Motherfuckers already accustomed to showing the non-real life shit. You feel me? Like, I'm always gonna be at least try to be real with you guys. Like, I I just don't see the point in lying because one, I'm not gonna remember the lie I told, and two, what's the fucking point? God damn it, like fuck. If you're not living how you want to live, feel me? I don't think you should put on the facade that you're living like that. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm all about visualization and blah, 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 blah. But, like, one, stop posting everything on social media. Like, maybe just put your phone down for a day and just enjoy being around the people you actually with. Like, I hate being around a motherfucker that we go to the restaurant and this nigga gotta take a picture of the food. This nigga gotta do it. I don't like that, bro. That's just not me. I'm at the restaurant to eat, not to take picture of the shit. Like, you have got to just, and people, I don't think people, this is gonna fly over some people's head, but it's meant for the people who are looking for the answers. And that's really what this page is, you feel me? You guys are gonna be on a journey with me, you feel me? You guys are gonna see me pretty much, if not every week, every other week. You guys are gonna see what changes in my life. You guys are gonna see the ups, the downs, the highs, the lows, whatever the case may be, you feel me? Shit, today definitely was one of the low days, you feel me? Energy wasn't there. I wasn't feeling myself. I wasn't in the right mind state, you know. Now tomorrow's gonna be better, but I have to be honest with what today was, you feel me? Like, and that's all I'm trying to promote, you feel me? Be honest with yourself. Because if you can't be honest with yourself, you won't be honest with nobody else at all. You have to love yourself. You have to care for yourself before anybody else can. And I feel like that's really the main problem with most of these relationships is people are not individuals that join together. They're just two motherfuckers who don't want to be alone, you know? Like, I'm in a position right now where I'm really trying to make sure, not even just for me, but for the significant other, that I'm the best me that I can be, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be in a position where I'm in a relationship and we're both fucking terribly angry and terribly mad at each other all the time, always arguing about that all the time. Like, that just doesn't sound fun. It doesn't sound enjoying. It doesn't sound like that's going to even make me happy. But to make sure that on my end that it's not like that, I have to be honest. Because you gotta be honest with yourself. You gotta be emotionally stable. Like, a lot of us aren't stable at all. Like, at all. Like, the littlest thing can set some of us off. And I guess there's nothing wrong with that, but at the same time, there is, you know what I mean? Like, part of being a high value person is gonna be doing the hard shit that nobody else does, you know? And I don't know, man, it's just, you have to want better for yourself because nobody else can want better for you. Nobody else will want better for you because a lot of people out there are actually haters, you feel me? Even some of the people on your team that you think is on your team for real, they still hating from the sidelines, behind the scenes, you know what I mean? And it definitely sucks, you know? It definitely sucks. This day and age isn't really good with true, authentic connection. And I think that's one thing that I would rather be by myself than hang out with somebody I don't like, or even just want to be around. Just because I don't want to be around you doesn't necessarily mean I hate you or, you know, I feel some type of way about you or I want to fight you or whatever. But maybe it's just you're not the type of person I want to be, so I don't want to be around you. And people have to understand that's how life is. You are going to be what you hang around. So if you don't like the position you're in, you don't want what's going on to continue, take a look in the mirror. After you take a look in the mirror, look at your surroundings. You feel me? See who you surrounding yourself with. I mean, it's a gang of shit that we could do. Like, I feel like this video could be days long just listing that shit. You know what I mean? I'm going to make a couple videos like this. Some of my podcasts actually are going to be just me. I feel like most of them for a minute is going to just be me because you can only talk about so much with certain people sometimes, and I don't want to put people in a situation where they think they just have to say something instead of meaning what they say. I'm real big on not wasting words, you feel me? Even though I may ramble on in here and just kind of go on tangents and all that other shit. But I still feel like every word I say is at least a nudge, you know, in the right direction. Sometimes you got to tell your story to understand, for other people to understand that they're not the only one, you know what I mean? Like, and that's just really what I'm trying to do, you feel me? Eventually, you guys are going to see down the line, you know? You guys are going to see down the line. I'm really excited, to be honest. I'm really excited because for the first time in my life, somebody will actually be paying attention to the progression, you know what I mean? Because I say that because I never did. So even if you guys aren't, I am, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I meant by that. Just so you guys don't get confused. But even with the people, the first video I posted, I believe right now it has 22 views. I just made that video and posted it literally. Like, I'm so grateful for every view, every single last one, because nobody had to watch that, you feel me? Nobody had to do anything with that, but they did, you feel me? And I'm 100% grateful. Even on my last video, I only have one view. Still grateful for that one view, you feel me? Like, I got 2 subscribers. I got 4 likes on my first video. Like, I look at all that shit, you feel me? Because I'm grateful for all of it. Because, shit, I'm just now starting with this. And hopefully you guys, you know, stick around and see where this goes. Because I think you guys would be surprised, you know? I think I pride myself on surprising people or just proving them wrong, because some people will only watch me just because they want to see me down and they want to see me fail, but it ain't gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. I'm telling y'all right now, I'm going to make it. I'm going to have that success story. Now, I want you guys to be along, you feel me? Come along, watch, you feel me? Do it yourself, but I want you guys to really know that all of this is just me being me, you feel me? I don't want you guys to think that I'm ever gonna lie to you, like, because I'm not gonna lie to myself. So, you know, just be honest with yourselves, man. Just be honest with yourselves and keep shit going. Keep pushing. Just keep swimming, as Dory would say to all my Finding Nemo fans. If y'all didn't know, that's my shit. But, you know, just be honest with yourself. Get your shit done and get your life together, bro. But I feel like that's a pretty good spot to end the video. You know, hope you guys liked it. If you did, thumbs up that bitch, you feel me? Leave some comments, you know, talk to me, let me know what you're thinking, you feel me? Let me know, you feel me? But I'm broke, peace out.